You've seen it happen. Someone walks into a room, says almost nothing, yet somehow everyone turns toward them. When they speak, people listen, not because they're the loudest or the funniest or the most impressive, but because their words carry weight. Meanwhile, you talk more, maybe too much, and you can feel it. The polite smiles, the drifting eyes, the quiet nods that say, "I'm listening," when really they're not. You walk away wondering, why do their few words echo while mine evaporate the moment they're spoken? It's not charisma. It's not cleverness. It's presence. Weight in speech doesn't come from the amount of words, but from the intention behind them, from knowing when silence says more than sound, from being so present that when you finally speak, your words carry the full force of your attention. Most people think attraction comes from addition. Be smarter, wittier, more charming. Fill every silence with something clever. But the Stoics understood something modern people often forget. Attraction, real attraction, comes from subtraction. Remove the noise. Remove the need to impress. Remove the constant performance that keeps you from simply being. Because the moment you stop needing attention is the moment you start drawing it. Quietly, effortlessly, naturally. This isn't manipulation. It's not about techniques to make people like you. It's about alignment between your words, your presence, and your character. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. And in the same way, stop performing interest. Be interesting, not through theatrics, but through how you listen, how you speak, and how you don't." Today, we're exploring 6 Stoic communication principles, each grounded in philosophy and proven through real human psychology, that make people want to listen, respect you, and feel drawn to your presence. Not because you're trying to impress them, but because you embody something deeper. Calm confidence. Let's begin. Phrase 1. Tell me more about that. For simple words, but few things are more powerful. Picture this. Someone mentions they've started learning guitar. Most people immediately jump in. "Oh, I used to play too." Or, "You should try this technique I learned." They don't realize it, but they've just hijacked the moment. The other person was opening a door, and instead of walking in and exploring, they barged through talking about their own house. That's how most conversations die. 2 people talking at each other, not with each other. But then there's you. They mention the guitar. You pause and say, "Tell me more about that." Then you stay silent. You don't fill the space. You don't rush in with advice. You listen, really listen. And that's when something subtle, but profound, happens. Their voice changes. Their energy lifts. Their eyes light up. Because they feel something rare. Being heard. In a world where everyone's waiting for their turn to talk, being genuinely curious about someone else is like water in a desert. And people know when it's real. You can't fake curiosity. You can't script attention. They feel when you're there with them, not just physically, but mentally. And afterward, they don't remember your clever remarks or your advice. They remember how they felt talking to you. They felt seen. They felt interesting. And that, more than anything you could ever say, is what pulls people toward you. Epictetus once said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we may listen twice as much as we speak." Listening isn't passive. It's active attention. It's what transforms small talk into connection. When you listen without trying to control the moment, you stop performing and start relating. You stop seeking approval and start earning trust. And soon, you'll notice. People tell you things they don't tell anyone else. They open up, go deeper, because they sense something. You're not waiting to talk. You're actually there. That's what makes the phrase, "Tell me more about that," so powerful. Not the words themselves, but the silence that follows. Phrase 2. I don't know. 3 words that terrify most people. And yet, they separate the confident from the insecure. Someone asks for your opinion on something you barely understand. Instead of admitting it, you scramble, trying to sound knowledgeable, dropping half-remembered facts, constructing sentences that mean nothing but sound intelligent. It's not knowledge. It's fear disguised as wisdom. And people can feel it. They can sense when your words are hollow, when they're built not from truth, but from the need to appear capable. What you're really saying isn't "I know." It's "please think I'm smart." But when someone truly confident is asked a question, and they calmly say, "I don't know," the energy shifts completely. No panic, no overcompensation, just calm honesty. And instantly, paradoxically, you trust them more. Because if they're willing to admit what they don't know, they're probably telling the truth about what they do know. Their words carry more credibility because they're not afraid of ignorance. That's what Socrates meant when he said, "I know that I know nothing." He wasn't pretending to be humble. He was revealing the first step to wisdom, accepting your limits. Insecure people need to know everything. Wise people understand they don't. And when you start saying, "I don't know," without apology, you free yourself. You stop trying to defend an image of competence and start cultivating actual confidence. People relax around you. They stop guarding themselves because your honesty disarms their ego. And then, when you do speak with conviction, they lean in because you've already proven you only speak when it matters. Your words carry weight because they're rooted in truth, not performance. That's real strength. That's the Stoic kind, quiet, firm, and undeniable. Phrase 3, take your time. We live in a world addicted to speed. People rush their words, their thoughts, their reactions. Because silence feels dangerous. Because taking your time feels like losing control. So when someone asks you a question, you rush to fill the silence. You answer too quickly, before your thoughts have caught up. And often, your words betray you. But watch what happens when someone unhurried speaks. They pause. They think. They let the silence breathe. And everyone else does the same. They're not just hearing your words anymore. They're waiting for them. That pause, that moment of stillness before speech, creates anticipation. It signals confidence, presence, and command. It tells people, "I'm not rushed. I'm not reactive. I'm deliberate." Take your time isn't just something you say to others. It's something you say to yourself. A reminder to move slower than your impulses. To think before emotion takes the lead. Seneca once wrote, "If one does not know to which port one is sailing, no wind is favorable." When you take your time, you steer the ship. When you rush, the storm steers you. So take your time. In speech, in thought, in reaction. Because the person who can remain calm while others rush holds power without needing to show it. Phrase 4, you might be right. This one disarms the ego like nothing else. You're in a conversation or an argument, and someone says something you disagree with. The instinct to fight back, to defend your view, to prove them wrong. But the Stoic doesn't need to win arguments, because he isn't ruled by the need to be right. He's ruled by the pursuit of truth. "You might be right" is one of the most powerful responses you can give, not because it means you agree, but because it shows you're not enslaved by your ego. It instantly softens tension. It makes the other person drop their defenses. And in that space, real dialogue can begin. People mistake calmness for weakness. It isn't. It's control. Epictetus said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." By saying, "You might be right," you're choosing peace over pride. You're saying, "I value understanding more than victory." And ironically, that's what makes your perspective more persuasive. Because people listen to those who listen first. Phrase 5, that's interesting. These two words are simple, but they carry immense social intelligence. When someone says something that surprises, annoys, or challenges you, most people react emotionally. They argue, they mock, or they shut down. But when you say, "That's interesting," you stay in control. It's the verbal equivalent of raising an eyebrow. Not defensively, but curiously. It turns confrontation into conversation. It keeps the door open. It gives you time to think. And it signals that you're unshaken. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If someone is mistaken, instruct them kindly and show them their error. If you can't, then blame yourself or no one." That's interesting isn't agreement, it's grace. It means you don't have to react to everything instantly. You don't have to be right or clever or dominant. It's a simple buffer that keeps your peace intact and gives others the gift of feeling heard, even when you disagree. In a world of instant outrage, staying composed is the ultimate strength. Phrase 6, thank you. The final phrase is the simplest and the hardest to fake. Gratitude. Real, unperformed gratitude, the kind that comes from humility. It's not just manners, it's awareness. The Stoics believe that everything we have, even life itself, is borrowed. Every compliment, every opportunity, every kind word. A gift, not an entitlement. So when you say thank you, say it with the full weight of that understanding. Say it not as a reflex, but as recognition. Recognition that someone, in this chaotic world, chose to give something of themselves to you. Their time, their words, their attention. Seneca wrote, "He who receives a benefit with gratitude repays the first installment on his debt." Gratitude doesn't make you smaller. It makes you magnetic. Because people feel safe around humility. They feel respected, not managed. When you thank someone sincerely, you communicate that you see them, and that, more than wit or eloquence, is what makes people want to be around you. These 6 phrases aren't tricks. They're practices, habits of mind that reflect who you are when no one's watching. Anyone can speak, if you can speak with weight, because weight doesn't come from performance. It comes from presence, from stillness, from not needing to prove anything to anyone. Speak less, mean more, listen twice, react half, and watch what changes, not just in how people see you, but in how you see yourself. As Marcus Aurelius said, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. That's how you speak like a Stoic. That's how you earn respect without ever asking for it. So remember this. You don't earn presence by saying more. You earn it by meaning more, by speaking less, but with purpose, by listening more, but with attention, by trading performance for authenticity. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, the soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. Let your words be few, but let them be true. If this message resonates, if you're learning to live calmer, wiser, and with more purpose, then don't just watch. Subscribe to Virtue Over Chaos. Join a community that studies ancient wisdom for modern strength. Every week, we bring you Stoic lessons for a noisy, distracted world, so you can master yourself before trying to master anything else. Because peace isn't found in silence. It's found in self-control.